got to go in.
No, you haven't.
Stop clicking,
You're on,
Dave.
Dave. You're on. It's okay.
I'm
Come
up.
on, Dave.
Right.
Stop that clicking.
Is that Gittery in the back?
Miss
Let's
He
get-
loves clicking. He loves clicking. He clicks all the time.
I like clicking. I like to click.
What have you got, Gittery? That's Gittery in the background, is it?
No, it's not Gittery, no. It's Nazaire. Nazarite.
That's not there, is it? Oh, right.
Nazaire. Yeah, I filmed it the other.
Click.
I did a.
Good evening.
Hi, Biscuit.
How are we doing?
Very nice.
All right. Hiya.
How are we?
All right, mate. Good, thanks. You?
Lovely.
Very
Man.
good, very good.
Yeah. Anything exciting happening at your end?
All the
Oh, yeah.
time. All the time.
Ooh, nice.
We'll just take Route 66.
Huh.
Yeah, that's cool. So, how's it going, boys? I think Gary's
Good.
coming in.
Hey, yeah.
Eh?
We did have a bit of a panic last week. My grandson had asked me, rang about 9:30, about 8:30, 9:15, New Year's Eve, to drop him down to Penclouth because his mates had been nagging him to go out. So he said, if I come over, will you drop me down there? So as it happened, I hadn't had a drink. So I said, yeah, no problem. So I took him down there. And a couple of days later, he was testing positive. And so a crowd of them were.
Oh, bugger.
And that went, is it the Royal Oak in Penclouth?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, apparently, I don't know what time they left there. He was on about something like 4 o'clock in the morning. And it ended up with the police there.
Oh, fuck.
And checking it, telling them it's time to go home, basically. And so I'm not sure whether she's, because I think it's a landlady has got, well, he was only mentioning a woman, so I presume it's a woman as the landlady there. And whether she was in trouble or not for allowing as many people as she did in there. But his mum and our son are divorced, so it's a bit of a funny sort of setup. But she was positive. The one, Alex, who was the eldest one, he was positive a day or so after her. So we don't really know 100% if he gave it to her or whether he had it before she had it. But then the younger one is 17, Alex is 21. But apart from having a test, they didn't have any symptoms, either of them. But she was a bit rough. But I think the two of them now are negative, but the younger one, who was the last one to go down with it, he's still positive, I think.
So you're negative, are you?
So, well, we've been testing, off and on for the last week or so, but we've both been negative. So it's a strange one that they reckon, they don't tell you what strain it is that you've got, but it's a strange one that I was in the car with him, so I was in the car for like 20 minutes, driving his car back from Penclouth, and I didn't pick it up. So whether I was lucky or not, I don't know. But,
Yeah, Kelly and James both had it, and one of the kids, the other three didn't get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that they're all living in the same house, so they've got to.
Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't seem to affect everybody, I suppose.
Yeah.
It's a bit odd, and I know some families, it just keeps passed round and round.
Yeah.
And they're on the second time now. They all had it. Now they're starting to have it again.
Yeah.
They're all...
Barry Cartwright's had it twice, hasn't he?
Oh, Barry has everything, doesn't he?
Yeah, 'cause
He's just greedy, I think.
yeah.
Did I say hello to you, Gary?
No,
Hello,
No,
Gary.
he was sneaking in, he was. Well,
Yeah, he snuck up in there, didn't you?
Gary, who's that?
me.
T.
Oh,
Gary.
yeah.
Of
T.
the year 2002. Happy New Year as well.
oh, Happy New Year.
I missed last week.
How's your memory?
What? Who said that?
You. What? Right.
Thoughts.
Anyway, you made it this week.
Yeah, the camera on my PC knackered though, so
Yeah. You made it this week, guys, anyway.
Oh, that's
yes, I got it.
Anybody, any ideas? On my left-hand side of the screen, I
Yeah.
keep getting this panel, webcam central, Dell, about sort of settings, brightness, contrast. And every time I close it down, top right-hand corner, it's gone for a while. And then it just pops back up again. How can I?
I don't know.
Biscuit,
You have to turn it off.
can you tell him?
Mine's working.
Yeah. Biscuit's recommendation is get an iPad.
What are you using, Sam?
What?
What are you using? A Dell PC
Yeah,
laptop?
yeah,
And are you using Windows 10 or
7.
7?
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Windows 7 doesn't support
I
Zoom
know.
particularly well,
Yeah,
so you get limited usage on that. So
yeah. Every time it comes up, you're out of support, whatever, and you click it. Right, remind me later. But several times I can get rid of it, and it goes, but it just keeps on coming
Oh,
back
it's,
now.
it's like when you get old, Sam, you forget about things, and the computer's getting old now, so it starts forgetting things, like how to turn itself off or turn the things off and on, like.
Yeah. So I've got everybody in it. It's just clipping off a quarter of Yukon and Dave, but I can still see everybody. Sorry.
As Gary said, if it's Windows 7, it won't support it very well.
Yeah.
Hey,
No.
have you noticed the quality of the stream now tonight?
Yeah, a lot better. Yeah.
Yeah, I plugged into I bought myself an Ethernet cable, and
Oh, right.
dug in about a 30-meter cable from upstairs to down here, and
Oh, right.
well, I'm well stoked with it. I tell
Oh,
you.
it's better. And the tide is a lot further in as well, Con.
It is,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Pushing like with the Ethernet,
Yeah.
pushing it.
It's like what they say about the tide rising.
Mm.
So that's a cable from what, your aerial up in the roof? Down
No,
to
it's from the live box.
all right.
From the is it modem, Gary, or just live box?
well, it's a modem to start with, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's where the
Yeah.
Ethernet comes from. It comes into the house from the telephone, the RDSL,
All right.
and then I take the Ethernet out directly from a box instead of being on Wi-Fi.
All right. I'm with
That's
you.
right.
Then it's just the signal. I haven't got very big broadband, but the signal is about 8 million times bigger. Oh, look at that! It's fucking huge. Look at that! Wow, Chumbo.
Every time I see this here on the internet now, I just get scared. It looks so terrible.
Yeah, that's Chumbo, man. He's outrageous. He's nuts.
Where is
That was quite a shock, Mike, when he
Nazareth.
said that thing about bones. I didn't think it was 12 months gone.
No,
Okay.
I didn't either.
I was just looking at that. I got a video primed if you want to see it.
Okay.
I'll just give you a quick glimpse of bones. Okay, hang on, where are we?
When
That's
we-
guy
Here we
went
are.
about a year ago, is it?
No,
He
it's not that.
briefly
Hang on. Aliens,
came with us
Yeah.
for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
There you
on
go.
the 6th, I think.
Oh, it's die wills. It's not bones. Shit, where's it gone? I'm on the wrong video. Sorry, guys.
All right. You'll have a tour.
Oh,
Yeah, go through.
hang on. Sorry, I'm on the wrong fucking one.
You say?
Hey, Dave,
Oh, yeah.
did you see PJ had put a little piece up on his
There you
page
go.
the other day,
Just a couple of photos. Man.
and it was PJ's was an article he wrote for some or bit of a magazine back about 1976. And
There's another company.
can you hear me, Dave?
Hang on, I
I'm
think
listening. Yeah.
Yeah, but I said the article that PJ put up on his page
Sorry
the other
about
day, and it was a snapshot on an article he'd written for some surf magazine in '76, and it was about Aberavon.
yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah.
PJ was describing, you know, the rights and the lefts, and get off quick if you're going right, because here comes the jetty.
Yeah.
And it reminded me of that day you and I were out there. And I marked that down as one of the two reasons I sort of hung up my board to a degree and decided to walk, you know, on top of the water and not underneath it. But it was that day we were in Aberavon. I think it was only me and you, might have been a couple of others. And we were desperately heading towards the jetty, you know.
Jetty, yeah.
And it was like, oh, hang about now, and it wasn't the sort of, oh yeah, I can get on this. I mean, jetty trying to get out of the sea onto those blocks and the swell that's going. It's no easy, whatever. So
No.
that was one of the moments, and the other one was in Biarritz in 69, when we were down in Guthrie, me and Mike Cox and a couple of them, and I remember having a huge wipe out there. But I always remember that one in Aberavon.
Yeah.
Thinking, oh, I'm going to meet my maker again, you know.
Yeah.
How many times have you met him?
Right.
Hey,
Yeah,
okay,
excuse me 1 second. I just got to disappear for a second.
All
Yeah,
right.
go on.
How you doing, Cap?
Okay. Yeah, pretty good, guys. Pretty good.
Yeah, well,
I see
well, I did
Nazaré in the background, Con.
huh?
Nazaré in the
Yeah,
background.
yeah.
My daughter was there 5 days ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. This is the 8th. What are we today? The 9th. Oh no, it's the 7th. The 7th, perhaps. I don't know. Day before yesterday.
Where is that, Con?
Nazaré, Portugal.
All right, I'm with you. Yeah. Well, it gets big there, is it? Looks like.
Yeah, well, that
Understatement.
yeah, that is 40 to 60 foot. Doesn't look it, but it is.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, it's wild. It's absolutely wild. But I was watching it all morning, I had the live stream on, and so I thought, okay, I'll record it. Now I just bought it's called surf line. So that's my new thing I'm going to be doing is taking film off the live stream and mixing it and just doing the best of a day, you know, like pipeline or anywhere. So that's what
But
I'm-
looking at that wall there, it's almost like you'd need a little outboard motor on the back of your board to get down the wall quick enough to beat
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Get ahead of
but they have
gravity.
got an outboard water. They got jet skis. They pull them
Yeah,
in
no,
on jet
that's the
skis,
tip-
so
that's the tip.
you're already
Yeah.
screaming fast as before you get on the wave, like, you know.
All right, I'm with you.
You
Yeah.
get towed in.
I've often wondered how fast they go.
Oh fuck, very fast. 25 knots.
They
More,
look fast.
more than
Yeah.
that. I mean,
I mean,
you know,
when
40
they're
miles
towing
an
in,
hour.
aren't you?
40, 50 miles an hour, perhaps. I don't know.
Because you've seen them bouncing, don't you, as
Yeah,
they pulled
yeah.
into the wave.
Getting there, man. Boo, boo.
Now you're saying that Caswell was very big today for some reason.
Yeah, yeah, imagine, yeah.
No, seriously,
Enormous, yeah.
it was
Yeah.
it's the biggest I've seen it for years.
Yeah.
I don't know why Langdon wasn't, but Caswell was. And I've never seen so many surfers at Caswell either. It must have been a good 40 or 50 in there.
Was
Yeah,
it wind
correct.
offshore, was it?
Wasn't that big then?
Well, I think it was maybe Monday or Tuesday when it was happening in Langland. I counted almost 60 out there.
Yeah, Monday.
Monday, was it? Yeah.
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 That's crazy, isn't it?
Well, we've been having the same problem down here. It's like it's all this swell all over Europe. Europe's got swell everywhere except my local spot. I've been three days now. I've been looking at all the charts and I'm going, God, it's going to go off. It's going to go off. Swell's just going past. You can see it out in the channel, out in the outside, you know. going down south sort of thing.
Yeah, too much swell.
Too much, no,
Not
too much,
wrapping round.
too much
Yeah.
northwest, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's just going past. And if it does get a wave on the point, it just goes out to sea sort of thing, you know? It's just
Oh, right.
got to be more of a westerly, southwesterly swell to make it work good.
Yeah.
Oh, such is a life, eh? Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, because it must
Wasn't
have
like
been
that when I was a boy.
about 3 days ago, not yesterday, day before, as it was coming in Langland, there was only one out, and I think it was building in as it comes in, is it? But it was all over the place. It was mostly sort of soup riding everywhere, but it ended up about a dozen of them out there trying to look for which was coming up. The swells were coming up on the point, but not enough. And it was all over the place on the reef, you know. It was like, you know, hard to define a wave, but they were finding something to ride, you know.
I always do that.
We were talking about this a while ago, Con and I, well, maybe you all were, how it's changed in Langland, the break over the years. I mean, the point break now is quite big and frequent, where it wasn't years ago.
Yeah, so
And,
it's working more.
The lefts are more than they used to be as well.
Yeah. I was watching some footage of the lefts today, and they would seem to me like they used to be a little bit, you know, a bit longer and breaking further over to the corner sort of thing instead of middle of the bay.
Yeah, it does when it's a bit bigger.
Yeah.
But it's the point. It's the point now where all the breaks are. But it's a very short ride though. So it peters out again, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But look, crab is always there, but there's only a few that venture out the crab.
Yeah.
That day when they were a load out, when they were 50, 60 out, I was walking back from the point and I thought somebody had lost their board and were bobbling up and down on the inside, just right on the inside of the point coming in there. But it was a seal. And he must have only been about 10 or 20 feet from the nearest surfer. But he was kind of, you know, as if he was like, how are you doing, boys? You know?
Yeah.
Hey, did you see that on Isle of Langland, the sea otter?
No.
Anybody catch that? At Langland, go just uppity and down the beach, like.
I
down the beach.
think I saw that a little while ago.
Last week sometime, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that's an old one, Con.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, what?
There's some funny dogs get down there, mind.
Might have been a dachshund.
Yeah, could be.
I don't know. We had to sort of jaunt around different places today, and everybody's got a dog. We were feeling a bit sort of left out because we didn't have a dog. Everybody had a dog.
Yeah, it was a mucky old day. I went down for a walk and it was raining, so I dived in the surf side. And when I came out and it had stopped, so I took Bella then out the point, and as I was coming back, I counted the amount of dogs. And I think there were about 20 dogs, but looking at it, and there were just about as many people as well. So everybody who was on the beach had a dog.
Yeah.
Dogs.
We commented yesterday. We were down the pier, and I'm not a dog lover, by the way.
Here we go.
Bloody thing was flipping, yelping every 2 minutes, it seemed. But we were down Swansea Bay today, walked from Bryn Mawr to Blackpool, and I would say, on average, most people had at least 2 dogs, some of them 3.
Yeah. Crazy.
It's like smokers and non-smokers in the 60s.
But if you were down the pier, some of those dogs weren't handbags, were they?
No. They were bloody noisy handbags if they were.
Well, they tend to be, you see. Those people who buy a handbag when really, you know, they really want to buy a handbag, not a dog. If they're always going to carry this thing around and not let it be a dog, and then they end up yapping and yapping like crazy.
I just can't get my head around what the appeal is, having a lead in one hand and a bag of shit in the other one.
See, that's Biscuit there. You can kill him if he ever comes in the house, right?
Yeah.
Give him the eye, cat.
Cats-
Give Biscuit the
Cats
eye.
are on a different level.
Come on. Yep, look at him. That's the one in the middle there. That's him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dan will set his dog on you next time you bump into him. You'll
Yeah.
probably lick him to death.
Yeah, you probably get, yeah. You're gonna get attacked one of these nights, Biscuit, by a straight pack of cats.
The pack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I just make it clear now? I don't hate dogs. I was just saying there's a lot of them, all right?
Yeah.
Right.
That's just the orders all
Are
over
you-
the world.
Are you being politically correct, Michael?
I certainly am.
Yeah.
I'm so glad to hear it.
I don't want little plastic black bags put through my letterbox.
Mm.
Right.
If you get little blue ones, there is.
It's lucky it's been raining, otherwise you've got the dog shit posts all over again. We only got down.
Gary, you know your cat. It isn't called Patch, is it?
It's not. It's one of two. That was Harry. That was, and Lloyd is over the other side.
I just noticed the fur, and in one eye was blacked out, you know. And I thought it might have been a patch cat. They normally get patch dogs, don't you know? With
No.
the fur
That-
has
That's the one, and that's the other.
all very lively.
Yeah.
On the heater. Yeah, man.
Just sitting on the radiator. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's found his spot.
Yeah, Mike, as we were saying earlier in the thing, you were saying we were talking about Bones. It's been a year, like. So I got a couple of photos. You want to see a couple of photos of him?
Yeah. Go for it.
Put 'em up.
There we go.
You can carry on talking when the photos are up.
Yeah, I'm
Sure.
trying to, yeah.
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 There we go.
That's
So
right,
here's
Mike,
a
go on.
few photographs of Bones. One with a
Looks like
bike.
somewhere away.
Yeah, he's looking good, isn't he? God.
Yeah.
And
It's amazing how
there.
quick time is, though, isn't it?
seen that, yeah,
Right.
man. Seen that
Yeah.
photo before, huh?
Yeah.
Got that
Hey,
one.
Gary, that was pre-fungus then, was it?
It was, yeah.
Yeah,
You know, 5 years ago.
right. Yeah, God, blimey.
Between funguses, that was.
Was it? All right, yeah. When you went, you came clean now and then, did you?
Yeah, now and then.
I was talking about dogs. Look at that car.
MGB.
Yeah, MGB.
GT? No, just MGB.
British Racing Green as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the strange thing was, he'd only just about sort of finished it, I think.
Yeah.
What is the restoration, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like he used to take it onto Newton Road when they had the sort of vintage car shows there.
Yeah. God.
Just stand next to it so we could admire it. It's a nice car, though.
We still miss
Yeah.
it.
And they were the car mid 60s, early 60s. That and the MGB GT. You know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they had pulling power, that's why, didn't they?
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
you see them now, so narrow though compared to a modern sports car.
Mm,
Really narrow.
yeah. But I remember Terry Broad used to have that blue MGB.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he lent it
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah. Don't you?
He lent it to me to go down to Oxford with it.
Yeah.
Can't believe it. But the thing was, it had a long boat on top, and didn't have a roof rack. Didn't have a roof rack, so I got some string and tied it on with a bit of string, like, you know. So the boat was like that, going up and down, up and down, up and down. I had to go slow. It's a bit of a shame, but yeah, that was nice.
Wasn't he a cowboy, Con?
Huh?
Wasn't he a policeman?
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 yeah. He lent me his car. I couldn't believe it. It was honking in Langland. It was going off. I was flipping out because I missed everybody, you know. I didn't have a car. I had a bike. I wasn't going to go down there with the bike and the boat because it was howling, like, you know. So I wanted to go to Oxford. I said, oh, God. He said, well, I'll tell you what. I'll follow you up now and you take me home and I'll lend you the car. I said, what? You sure? Yeah, okay, yeah. Go down to Oxford, have some fun. So,
Was he pissed?
No, I couldn't believe it. It was really nice of him, I thought.
Yeah.
How's that for confidence, boy? Bloody hell.
Okay. I tell you what, Con, we'll have a straw poll vote. Back in those days, how many here would have lent Con your car?
No.
No.
Yeah, I would have. I would have.
Dave did.
Yeah.
Dave did. Yeah.
He was quite sensible.
Yeah, I was.
Was
he? He was.
I just looked nonsensible. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember, Dave, I took your car up to London for the skate contest.
Didn't you? Yeah.
And we lost it in the snow.
Yeah.
5
That's
days.
right.
God, that was
God.
frightening, man. It was it. I had Frenchie and Worm with me, and Worm was disappearing. We got to abandon the car, found a police station, run away to the police station, and these huge drifts, and Worm kept falling down these drifts and losing him in the snow, man. It was just... And Frenchie as
Where
well.
was that?
I was in Bridgend, that was. We coming back from London, and we just hit Bridgend, and it just went, like, it all went boom, like that, you know? It was just roads, you know, and then we had followed, before we got to Bridgend, it was around about Cardiff way, and we were following a snowplow, and the snowplow turned off, the bastard. So we had to follow him. We couldn't go down the motorway. We had to follow him, and it come to a roundabout. We got to the roundabout. He turned around the roundabout and went the other way down the motorway again. So he left us on the roundabout. He turned off the road to go to Bridgend, and obviously I got about 20 yards, and poof, stopped. You know, it was just snow everywhere. It was just amazing. That was.
And not a drop to drink.
Yeah, it was.
And there's the reason why, Dave.
Yeah.
But that wasn't my fault.
No, it wasn't his fault. It was pretty bad, wasn't it?
Dave,
The elements.
phoned Dave up. Dave, where are you? I said, well, we lost the car. What do you mean?
That's right.
He said, it's all right. It's in the snow. We had to go abandon the car. It was too deep.
It's being preserved.
Yeah, it's frozen solid.
So you left it there, and where did you go there then? Out of curiosity.
Well, we stayed the night in the police station because I don't know why. I knew there was a police station in Bridgend, and we couldn't see very far in front, but I knew the road a little bit. And I said, oh, up here is...
Were you on the old A48 then, Con, or was it the motorway?
The motorway, we came off the motorway at the entrance to Bridgend, and I knew up this one road there was a big police station.
That's the big central office, wasn't it?
Yeah. So we made our way up there. Like, we couldn't go any further. We weren't going to stay in the car, that's for sure, because we knew we'd just get snow. Because it was when we got back to the car, Dave, remember how much snow was there?
Yeah.
Like, amazing. And
Did you get back home, Con?
yeah, no, we stayed the night in the police station, and then we waited then to try and get home, how to get home, and then the police come up and told us, okay, there's going to be a train coming through at 2:00, and it's going to Swansea. It's going, if it can get there, it'll go down to Swansea. So we got on. We had to walk down to the train station and get the train back to Swansea. And I had to leave the car there. I couldn't get it out. It's impossible, like, you know.
What was that, 82, was it?
Something like that, yeah, I think.
Yeah, it would have been, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one, yeah. That's the, I
At this
remember that
point,
was
the hallucinogenic effect of whatever they were smoking wore off, and they realised it was mid-August.
Yeah, man. It was really kind of weird, you know.
Hey, it's snowing, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You know, it's like kind of weird.
We better go to the police station.
I was wondering actually why we weren't so cold, you know.
I wasn't sure if it was 82, that snow, or maybe 83, another one. But I remember we had really one heavy snow one, and I'd been working in a nightclub on the Kingsway, Martha's, and it was coming down. Went home, and it was still coming down. So I was living in the uplands, and at that point then, I got my skis out from Richmond Road, and I skied all the way down Bryn Mill Lane. It was like a crested run.
I think it was 81.
Virgin snow, walls either side. You know, Bryn Mill Lane, it comes down and comes out by the bottom of Bryn Mill there. Oh, it was amazing. And I had a mate of mine who was just able to drive my van behind me with the lights on, you know. So there must have been about 3 or 4 inches of pure snow right down that lane because nobody had gone up it. It must have been about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, you know.
You get
It was great.
I think it was 79 we had lots though.
It was
I was
80, 81 it was. Is my
Oh.
mic back on now? Con?
yeah, but
Yeah,
it's,
your mic's back on.
it's it's
Yeah, I got it wasn't
oversaturated.
off. It was issues on the computer. It was.
All right, okay.
Yeah, 81, 81 it was, because I skied from Calais to Bishopston.
There we are. Oh, I remember that one, 81. Yeah, 81. I was living in Park Mill briefly, up above behind Shepherd's, up that steep hill that goes up to London. And,
Yeah.
and on the way home, I'm not sure if I mentioned this before, on the way home, I had a hire car because the van was in the garage. And I managed to drive the car halfway along Venway Lane. After you've gone past the Beaufort, you turn right then, Venway Lane. And halfway along there, I had to leave the car, walk down the end of Venway Lane, pick up the Gower Road down into Shepherd's. And as we were walking down there, I thought, where's this hill here? I was walking over the roof of a car. It was,
Yeah.
and when we was living in above Shepherd's, it was one morning, and then I woke up and the snow was 4 foot outside the window. And I
But
said,
the level of, you know, the lanes from Kill Hill lanes. I was skiing on top of that, and they did about 8 foot high.
yeah, because it was a case of, oh, better get out now.
Yeah.
I think that was the year then, after a while, Prince Charles came down, you know, and had a look at it all happening.
We went down the Osborne, and when it started to snow, and got stuck down there. Couldn't get the car up the hill.
Where were you?
Down the Osborne.
Oh, the Osborne, yeah. Oh, yeah, you would.
Yeah.
Well, front
Were you
row.
there, Con?
Huh?
You were probably there, were you?
Oh, I was living opposite, wasn't I?
Yeah, you were.
I were. I was opposite the car park. It was great.
Yeah.
But yeah, back
was,
bar, yeah, it's good. Everybody was
The summer before that, that's when the Ivanhoe went down in Port Eynon, wasn't it?
The what?
That was because that was the cruise, my last boogie boat disco cruise. I switched from the Balmoral to the Ivanhoe. And I remember the company said to me, oh, come and have a look at this boat, see if it'll be suitable. So I went up to Barry Docks, give it the once over. And I said, yeah, it's got enough deck space on it. Yeah, I can set my equipment there, fine. So I remember selling tickets for it, everything. And I think about 10 days before I was due to do the cruise, it ran aground down in Port Eynon. I had to refund all the tickets, you know. It did cross my mind to put on a night in the hotel, I think, which was still down there then. Sea Beach, what was it called? In Port Eynon?
Yeah, Sea Beach.
Yeah, so I said, oh, tell you what we'll do. The boat can't come to us. Let's go to the boat. And I was going to get it all floodlit and base the dance, you know, the night in that hotel with the boat in the water, but it didn't happen. But that was the disco cruises didn't come up anymore then.
I wonder why.
The captain of that lived in next to Terry Tube's dad in Newton.
All right.
His neighbour. Yeah.
Yeah.
He got some stick over that.
How did he actually run aground?
He was new, wasn't he? He was new.
He was. People kept asking him to get in closer to take photos.
All right.
God.
Just off the point.
Yeah.
And he actually put a hole in the bottom.
Yeah, the word that
rock.
went out was that he was a new bus driver, didn't know the route. That was, you know, that they said, because it was a new boat, and because the Balmoral did it regularly, and that was basically flat bottomed, the Balmoral. So when the Ivanhoe came along, which was a bigger boat, they might well have gone the same sort of route, but of course they had more what they call it, draft or something.
Yeah.
Oh, he was doing a test run for the Costa Concordia then.
That's what I was going to say. Same captain.
Let's
Yeah.
get a bit closer. Go on, it's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ripped the bottom out, didn't he? Just
That
went
must
over a rock. Yeah.
That must have been a bit of quick thinking there, isn't it? You know,
To run it on inside. Yeah.
Yeah, turn it
run it on
round
the
and
beach.
head for shore.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing you can do if you're taking water, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There were
I think
loads of stories.
one guy died of a heart attack, didn't he?
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was it. That's the only fatality, wasn't it?
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You're talking about cars earlier on. Didn't Brush have an MG midget back in the day?
Yeah, I think it might have. Yeah.
Because he had Brush used to take. He didn't used to go surfing a lot. He used to take a lot of photographs in the late 60s and early 70s. And he told me once that he had a load of photographs of us all during that time. And I said, well, let's have a look at them. He said, well, mostly in eggs. He hadn't printed them out. And he kept them in a biscuit tin, right? When he was living in West Cross. So I said, well, I'd love to see these. I'll get them printed out for you. And he put them in the biscuit tin, went in to bring them down to Mumbles. He went indoors in West Cross to get something. He came out and they're all gone. So all the original.
Somebody nicked the biscuits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody
Well,
thought they were getting biscuits. Yeah.
it's a shame, really, because he took hundreds and hundreds of photographs.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
a shame. Lost her.
Oh, you know that photograph? Was it you, Howard? That it was the batch of photographs. They were yours, I think, and some of them had Jim Webber in it, and Tim Holmes, and a
Oh, yes,
girl.
my cousin took them all. Yeah, when
Yeah, and then a couple of people sitting on the wall, and then
Yeah.
in the background there are
Yeah.
two people walking past, and
Yeah.
I've made a comment in the past saying, "Well, that's either Roger Blythe or me." You know, and
it might
Oh,
have
yeah,
been
that's
you.
up at Langland.
and somebody said, "Yeah," and it looks like Brush behind, and I thought, "Yeah, could have been Brush standing
I
just
think it might
behind
have
me."
been. I'll have another look, but it might have been. Yeah. Yeah.
Because the sideboards, because you never see yourself side profile, do you?
No.
You can't, you
Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was
out the
definitely
body
Sam looking,
experience,
wasn't there?
maybe. Hmm. But
How did he get that nickname then, Sam?
how did what?
How did he get that nickname?
Who, me?
No,
Brush.
Brush.
Rush.
Jeff,
Oh, I don't
Jeff-
know.
Jeff-
I
Jeff-
doubt if people were being a bit cruel.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
really might have been his haircut.
All right. He didn't work
I
for the
think
council then.
he had a crew cut.
Oh, it's a postman.
Postman he was, but
Postman.
he had a
Yeah,
straight
postman.
crew. Because his
He
name,
never,
his
he
name
never
was
did much of the post delivery.
because his name was Brewer, wasn't it? He was part
Yeah,
of the Brewer
Jeff
family.
Brewer.
Brew,
Jeff
yeah.
Brewer. Yeah.
Jeff
Because
Brewer, yeah.
one batch of them lived on Riversdale Road. Because I used to be pals with a younger brother of his in school. And then the other part of the family, whether they were cousins, were the two boys who lived down South End, Alan Brewer and what was the other one called now? They
I
were
can't remember.
both motorcycle guys, Alan Brewer, and one of them was a sailing type.
Ian Brewer.
Ian.
Boys.
No, one was quite into boats. Di Brewer.
Yeah. Right.
That's right.
Yeah.
But I mean, older than us. They were all older than us, you know.
Sorry
I
to
had a
interrupt.
stroke about 4 years
We've
ago.
only got about 30 seconds
Yeah.
left. I'm not coming back. I've got things to do. So
No, I won't be back.
nice to see you all. And let's all
I
have a
got-
think about the
I got-
people who are no longer with us anymore.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice one,
Yeah.
Bones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'll be off too. Good to see you all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's staying, Con,
Yeah.
you can sort that out.
What?
Here's Mike.
Yeah.
I've got a few things. I've got a few calls to make, so
Okay, cool. No
I'm
worries.
off.
I'll keep the boys entertained.
Oh,
Yeah, you do a song and
You
dance.
think, you think you can? You have to tell me a few more stories, Con, about your adventures.
Oh, no. Well, that would take all night, wouldn't it? Bloody hell.
Yeah, of course it would. Yeah.
Get Biscuit to tell you about wartime bankers. He's quite an expert
Yeah,
on them.
yeah. That's a good one, yeah. I think that's one of the most interesting stories.
Don't talk about dogs.